Welcome, folks. This your boys either way here, and then right as of right now, I'm gonna be ranking all of the NBA positions of every team. Right, since the coronavirus is basically since the coronavirus is pretty much like shut down, right, and shut down action. I believe that NBA is gonna resume at some point in time when things start getting better. So while every player is getting tested, I'm just gonna rank everybody where they stand as of now. As you can see, I have some examples here. Right, so yeah, like from your elite, which is your championship guards, like Steph Curry, your MVP and champions go here. Your star players are like Kemba Walker, they're franchise players, right? They may not be on the best teams, but they make their teams look good. It's just everybody else in their position is not as good as they are, right? And then your good players, these are your above average. Like De'Aaron Fox is a good guard, even though Sacramento hasn't been the strongest team, he's still a good guard. And of course, your developmental players, which is Kobe White, which is your rookies. Right, because we don't know how good Kobe White's going to be 2 or 3 years from now, so that's why he's going to develop. So that's just for your examples. I'm gonna just go ahead and just analyze these players, and I'm gonna go down the list. So without further ado, we all know about Steph Curry, right? Again, Steph Curry is truly the man. He's the best point guard in the league. This man is on Magic Johnson status, right? This man has had the Golden State Warriors looking like the Showtime Lakers. 2-time unanimous MVP, right? This guy has led this team to 5 NBA championships, going 3 for 2. Right, so that's why Curry is where he is now, man. There's no denying Curry, right? Greatest shooter in NBA history. This guy far surpasses father Dale Curry, right? That's Steph. You know what I'm saying? He's the man. Kemba Walker, star. Okay, yeah, Kemba Walker hasn't been on the best teams. We understand Charlotte has been horrible, man. We all understand Michael Jordan, Charlotte Hornets. But Kemba Walker has still been a great player. He's been a fan favorite. He's an all-star player, right? He's somebody that people want on their teams. And there's many teams who wanted Kemba Walker, including the Lakers, that's trying to pay good money for Kemba. But Kemba chose the Celtics. That's the best thing, because the Celtics, they have a chance to actually reach the finals. At the rate that Kemba Walker and especially Jason Tatum are going, and him and Tatum work well together. I believe Brad Stevens just found his 1-2. He's found this combination with Kemba and Jason Tatum, right? Those two in the front and the backcourt, that can actually get the Celtics to the finals. So again, Kemba Walker, he's on his way to becoming and having a better career since leaving the Hornets. De'Aaron Fox, again, I'll say De'Aaron Fox is probably the best guards they've drafted in the last, I say 12, 13 years. Because ever since Mike Bibby and Jason Williams have left, the Sacramento has not had the best point guards. Yeah, Rondo was there one time, but Rondo didn't get along with George Karl. He was the wrong fit. And even Tyreke Evans. Tyreke Evans is average. He wasn't a great guard. Now, Kevin Martin was something, but the problem with Kevin Martin, there was too many other guards better than him. Kevin Martin was he was another guard that was off and on. But De'Aaron Fox, I believe De'Aaron Fox has the potential to be a star one day at the rate he's going. Out of him and Buddy Hield, those are your stars of that team. But De'Aaron Fox has handles, he has quickness, right? He has some skill. So he's a good guard. He's above average. Now going down the line on Rajon Rondo, I'm putting Rondo at average. Yeah, Rondo has fell off a long time. He's fell off completely, man. Rondo ain't been the same since he left Doc Rivers. Let's just be honest, man. When he went to the Mavericks and the Sacramento Kings, his stats diminished. He was not the same player, because he don't get along with everybody's system. Doc is the only other coach who really know how to use this dude. And even then, Frank Vogel don't have Rajon Rondo starting. You would think Rondo would be a starter for Lakers, but he's not, right? Not only do you got LeBron trying to run point guard, you got Avery Bradley and Caldwell Pope ahead of him in that department, right? So that's the only problem with Rondo. Rondo's stats is now average. Yeah, at one point in time, Rondo was here. He's right here, man. He was in between star and good. At one time, and it's I say it's 3rd year in the Celtics, he was up here. Now, since leaving the Celtics, he's right there. But again, Rajon Rondo is an NBA champion, so I'm not gonna knock that. He still won a championship with Allen, Pierce, and Garnett. Whether you want to put him as one of the reasons or not, right? He's one of good passers, but he's average. Let's just be honest. Rondo is not going to give you no 20-some point game every week. He's just not, man. He's too cold. Rondo's not going to give you triple-double stats. John Wall. I'm gonna put John Wall as I'm gonna put John Wall like here. He's a star. Yeah, the problem with John Wall, again, he's on the Washington Wizards, right? The Wizards ain't like Scott Brooks has not been doing a good job with them at all. Like, it's either Scott Brooks' team is just the problem. I think the problem with Washington is just it's the GM. They're not giving Scott Brooks a balanced enough roster at all. Because Kelly Oubre and Otto Porter Jr., their swing men are gone. That's the problem with John Wall, that he's on a rebuilding team as of now. Yeah, at one point in time, the Wizards was a playoff team. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie though, John Wall. When John Wall has help, he's able to get them to the playoffs. The problem with John Wall, even before the injuries, man, like the Wizards have not been the strongest team because, again, they're going through rebuilding phase. They're trading players out there, broken up that core, right? Because him and Bradley Beal have been holding it down. But they haven't had the same type of roster no more. But he's still a star in my book. John Wall is better than a majority of guards in the league. If John Wall was on the, let's say if John Wall was on the Clippers, Spurs, right? If he's on the Philadelphia 76ers with Ben Simmons and you bump Simmons down to a 4 position, or let's say if John Wall was on a team like the Denver Nuggets or somebody like that, right? John Wall would be literally an all-star player. He'd be having a way better season. So it's not John Wall's fault that his team sucks. I'm gonna be honest right now, because Wall has stats that pretty much he has carrying stats. He has stats that John Wall knows how to keep his team in the game. The problem is the other positions, right? Their forwards, their centers, they don't have no center. The Wizards don't have no center right now that they can rely upon. They don't have no power forward. That's the problem. This team is in a rebuilding phase. If John Wall goes somewhere else, he'll have a better career. Colin Saxon, developmental. I'm saying, like, again, man, Cleveland is not the best destination right now. I understand it. Especially since LeBron left, they went completely down. But Colin Saxon, this is his sophomore year. He's been around last year, and he's done absolutely nothing, right? But again, it may not be his fault. We got to give him more time to develop. But as of right now, I ain't seen much of Colin Saxon. Like, he's not on Trey. He's not exactly like Trae Young and John Morant. Like, Trae Young and John Morant have been getting off the gate. That's the thing too, right? The Grizzlies ain't been the best team either, but John Morant actually has him in the playoffs because how good he's played. Same thing with Trae Young, right? The Hawks ain't the best team right now, but Trae Young actually has the Hawks chasing down a playoff spot. Because Trae Young is like, people have compared him to Steph Curry, right? And to me, he's like the closest thing. He's like Steph in his rookie year. Trae Young has automatically been getting off, right? He's an all-star. This is Trae Young's sophomore year. He's playing like an all-star player, right? Trae Young has gotten even better since he came in. That's the difference between him and Colin Sexton, right? John Morant and Trae Young have their teams basically competing, which they didn't look like they was looking weak last year. Now they're good this year, right? So that's why Colin Sexton is down there with Kobe White. We got to see how Colin Sexton is the next 2 more years from now. Malcolm Brogdon. I want to put Malcolm Brogdon average, but he's actually gotten the Bucks to the playoffs. I'm gonna put him as good. Yeah, he's one of he's a little bit above average. Now Malcolm Brogdon, since he was a starter point guard, because he came there before Brogdon was there before Bessel got there. The Bucks was still a playoff team when they drafted Malcolm Brogdon. They were in the playoffs. It just when they got Budenholzer, they've been that much better. But yeah, Brogdon is a good player. Matter of fact, Darren Fox will go behind him. Yeah, Malcolm Brogdon can get the job done for you, and plus he's still developing. But Malcolm Brogdon, like, he's a decent guard. I'll give him that. Malcolm Brogdon knows where to pass the ball, right? He's in the right places to make plays. And even Indiana, Indiana ain't been doing bad with him either. The Indiana is still a playoff team with Brogdon. Mike Conley, star level. Yeah, Conley's like right here. Again, Mike Conley, the Utah Jazz did right by getting Conley. Conley is a way far better guard than Ricky Rubio, right? So I think with Mike Conley and Donovan Mitchell, Snyder has the front court, he has the back court he needs. From here on out, it's gonna come down to if only Snyder can get this team to the playoffs. Because you still got Rudy Gobert, right? They still got a decent team. Like, the Jazz are still great, right? They're still a dangerous team. Right, Donovan Mitchell, Mike Conley, Rudy Gobert, that's your big 3 right there, right? They've always had one of the better benches. It's all down to Snyder. Snyder has no excuses. You have the floor general you need. Now it's all up to Steiner. This is a test to see if Steiner is really that good of a coach. Can he really get this team to the finals? I believe they can. The Jazz could upset you, but again, there's no complaints for Mike Conley, man. Mike Conley does his job. Okay, he does what he's supposed to do. Kyrie Irving, elite. Again, not much more needs to be said about Kyrie Irving. Yeah, Irving is definitely has his letdowns. He's definitely flawed in the sense that he's a lot hot-headed. I don't want to say level. I don't want to say high-headed, but Irving is a player that he gets frustrated easy if you're not playing to the level he needs you to play. Right? He's almost like Kobe in that sense. Right? But again, Kyrie Irving is very reliable. Right? He's second next to Steph Curry. Everything Curry can do, this man can pretty much do. Right? Again, this is Kyrie Irving who led the Cavaliers to 3 NBA championships in a row. Right? 3 in a row. This was Kyrie Irving. Right? Before they replaced him. Right? Well, if it wasn't for Kyrie Irving, LeBron would not have a 3rd NBA championship. Just be honest. Right? Kyrie Irving is the main reason why they came back from being down 3-1 against the Warriors. Because Kyrie Irving averaged 27 points a game. He had Steph Curry basically on lock. Right? Steph Curry could not get off like he normally would around Irving. You know what I'm saying? This is Kyrie Irving is Steph Curry's rival. That's his arch nemesis. Right? These guys been facing each other in the finals 3 years in a row. Okay? That's why I'm putting him that high. Because again, Irving, like I said, he's an all-star player. He's even an MVP caliber guard too. So he's top 5. Rubio, average. Yeah, Rubio is the example of average, man. This guy's not that great. Again, Ricky Rubio can pass. He could play some defense, but he's just not no high scorer. He's not a guy that's going to put his team in position to win games. Ricky Rubio is not clutch at all. He's not a good shooter. Right? He's a worse version. He's the weaker version of Rajon Rondo. Rondo does more for you than he does, because at least Rondo going to give you a 3. Rubio can't even hardly hit 3s. Right? I don't know why the Phoenix Suns. If I'm the Phoenix Suns, I would not have Ricky Rubio as my starting point guard. You need to draft. You was better off either drafting them a point guard or going after a Kemba Walker or somebody like that, right? That's what the Suns need, somebody like Trae Young over there. If Trae Young was with the Phoenix Suns, him and Devin Booker be in the playoffs. They be doing way better than the Memphis Grizzlies, right? The Phoenix Suns will be a high playoff team. I mean, they're a playoff team now. The Suns are a playoff team not because of Ricky Rubio. It's because of Devin Booker, right? You got DeAndre Ayton back, and you got some other guys over there. Like, Ricky Rubio is not the main guy of no team. Minnesota tried to make Ricky Rubio a star, and that just failed. So that's why he's right where he is. This guy here, I don't know if this is I want to say this doesn't look like this is not Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. This is a young guard that OKC drafted, right? This is not even Russell Westbrook. I want to say this is because this is not even the other. I don't know who this guy is. This is not I want to because Ferguson's like he's not even a point guard. He's like more of a forward. I want to say this is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Even though it looks nothing like Shai, but we go put this guy in development. This is one of the guards they drafted. He's still this guy still doesn't have an identity yet. We gotta see how he plays out in the next year or so. DJ Augustin. I'm gonna put Augustin like right here. Yeah, Augustin is your average guard. He's not as like he's like the same height as he's the same height as the guy from Van Vliet, right? He's the same height as Van Vliet. Augustin doesn't really average a whole lot of points, but he still gives you everything else. Like he's still decent. Yeah, Augustin is average. Yeah, Augustin he's not one of the stronger guards. He's not exactly a good guard, but yeah, he's average. Reggie Bullock. Oh, excuse me, not Bullock, but Reggie Jackson. I'm gonna put Reggie Jackson like right here. Yeah, Reggie's like right there, man. Yeah, Reggie Jackson's another average guard. They tried to make Reggie Jackson a star, and that hasn't worked out. That hasn't worked out that well at all, man. Like Reggie Jackson has his chance to be a starting guard. Like he's more so a guy that comes off your bench. Like he's not a starting point guard. He's not that good. He's more of a 6-man role. The Clippers have done good to pick up Reggie Jackson because they need another shooter. So they did a good thing. But that's what Reggie Jackson's more good off the bench. He's not like as a starting guard. He's not a starter. Right? You need him off the bench. Ben Simmons. I'm gonna put Ben Simmons right now as good. Yeah, he's a star. Ben Simmons is like right here. Yeah, Ben Simmons is right here because him and John Wall, I believe John Wall has a 3-pointer besides Ben. The problem with Ben Simmons, the only reason why Simmons is ahead of John Wall because his team is in the playoffs, right? But the problem with Ben Simmons, he has to get a 3-pointer. Simmons has the same issues that Giannis has in a sense. Ben needs to develop a 3-point shot. He just has to. You can't play point guard and not be able to shoot threes. I'm just being dead serious, right? Everybody in the NBA can shoot threes. You got a big man that are shooting threes. There's no excuse that Joel Embiid can shoot a 3 and Ben Simmons can't. When Ben Simmons got all this height, right? I'm dead serious. The only reason why Ben Simmons is not up here at the elite level, because again, he's missing a 3-point shot. Even his perimeter, like his shots need work. But yeah, Ben Simmons can dunk the rim. He has the best inside game out of everybody because of his height. He has great speed on the court. He has great vision. Right? Ben Simmons knows how to set people up, right? I'll give him that. He's developed guys in that position. You know, he's naturally a forward. But no, even then, man, Ben Simmons is not really a guard. He's more of a forward. Because the problem, again, man, to run point guard, you got to shoot a 3. LeBron James can at least give you a 3-point shot if you need him to, right? I'm going to give it about LeBron James. LeBron James has worked on his 3-point shot and developed his own jumper. Ben Simmons needs to do that, okay? That's the only thing keeping Ben Simmons from being right here. If Ben Simmons can get a consistent 3-point jumper like Giannis is trying to develop, he'll be up here in elite status. But since the 76ers have had Ben at point guard, they've been a playoff team, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, Ben Simmons has gotten them very far. Now, next up we have Eric Bledsoe. I'm gonna put Eric Bledsoe. Eric Bledsoe's not necessarily a star of his team, but he's good. Eric Bledsoe's gonna go like right here. He's right up here with Brogdon. Very good guard. I mean, this is the best that Eric Bledsoe has been. Like the Milwaukee Bucks is his best team. We all know that the 2 stars of that team is basically Giannis and Middleton. They're the 2 stars, but I say Eric Bledsoe's probably the 3rd option of that team. But again, he's a great passer. He sets his team up ready to be at. Great role player. Yeah, he's good. He's above average guard. The only reason why Eric Bledsoe's not a star because again he's not the first option, right? That's the problem, man. You got other guys like Giannis and Middleton who are better than him, right? Those are the 2 stars, but he's like the 3rd option. He's part of the big 3, but he's a good guard, right? Any team would have Eric Bledsoe starting for him. Eric Bledsoe could start for any team and still give you consistent stats. Russell Westbrook, elite. Not much more needs to be said about Russell Westbrook. I will say this. Russell Westbrook needs to have a team built around him. He's not going to work well with another superstar like that. And again, I don't agree with him. Him and James Harden, that's not going to work out. It's just not, man. I'm sorry, man. You go see how that is come playoff time. Because, yeah, Russell Westbrook does everything else for you. He plays his hardest, right? He plays full speed every time. He can bang the rim. His 3-point shot has gotten a whole lot better. Like, Ben Simmons, like, honestly, Russell Westbrook is what Ben Simmons should be. Ben Simmons, like, Russell Westbrook got to develop his 3-point shot. Russell Westbrook found his jumper. Ben Simmons needs to do what Russell Westbrook did back in 2017 when he was the MVP, man. Ben Simmons needs to take notes from Russell Westbrook, right? Yeah, Russell Westbrook, again, he's a elite guard. He's been elite for a very long time. I'm not knocking Westbrook at all. MVP. He has gotten the Thunder to the playoffs along with Durant. But the only thing that's holding Westbrook back is that, again, he doesn't get along with too many other players. He's hard to deal with. Like, him and Kyrie Irving are about the same in that sense. Because the thing about Kyrie Irving, like, Kyrie Irving is a little bit more level-headed than Russell Westbrook. Like, Kyrie Irving's not going to get as, like, high as Westbrook, but Westbrook just gets temperamental. That's the issue, man. Westbrook's more of a ball hog than Irving. Irving going to at least pass it. Russell Westbrook is almost a ball hog in that sense, right? Irving has his, like, Russell Westbrook is more flawed out of most of these guards. He has a lot of flaws, man. It's hard to get along with him on the court, and this is why Durant left. And we've seen this, right? Russell Westbrook lost to Ricky Rubio in the playoffs. Donovan Mitchell pretty much waxed him. This dude had Paul George and Karl Anthony and couldn't get along with neither one of those guys, right? So that's the problem with Westbrook, right? Westbrook is better when you have a team of guys built around him. Like, all Westbrook we really need is a bunch of defender guys and just him be the main offense, and then he'll be fine. Right? You got to treat him like you would Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. Other than that, again, Russell Westbrook is better than all these guys, right? Again, he's he's a former MVP. Jeff Teague. Teague is like, Teague is like right there. The only reason why I'm not putting him ahead of Augustin, because Augustin has got the Magics to the playoffs last year. No, Teague fell off completely, man. I'll be honest. Like, Teague would be better off for Budenholzer. Like, if I'm the Milwaukee Bucks, I would have gotten Teague over Eric Bledsoe only because Teague basically accelerated on the Budenholzer. Teague is not doing that well with these other coaches, man. Like, by himself, he's not that good. Like, the one thing Eric Bledsoe has over Teague, Eric Bledsoe is good everywhere he goes. Like, Eric Bledsoe's stats have stayed consistently better than Teague. Teague is not that good, not that guard at all. Matter of fact, Teague is on the bench, matter of fact. Because I know the Timberwolves got DeAndre Russell. Russell pretty much took Teague's starting role. Teague is no longer starting on that team. DeAndre Russell's going to be that franchise point guard, right? Because I think the Timberwolves got another shooting guard anyway. Yeah, Teague is on the bench, right? Teague fell off. Since leaving Atlanta, he ain't been the same since. He was in Indiana, right? They gave him a chance with the Pacers. That didn't work out neither. So no, Teague is another one who's had his chance to be a star. Like I said, he was an all-star one time, and that was once upon a time. Teague had been an all-star since 2015, right? When he was paired up with Kyle Korver. Budenholzer, you had Al Horford, you had Paul Millsap. That's the last time Teague was actually a star in this league. But no, man, Teague fell completely off. Lowry, I'm gonna put Lowry in elite status. Okay, he's one of the only few point guards who actually has won an NBA championship. I can't put him ahead of Westbrook because Westbrook still puts up way more stats than he does. But yeah, Kyle Lowry's elite. He's finally an elite player. He's an elite guard, without a doubt. Kyle Lowry is so elite that they kept him over DeRozan. Because they could have easily traded Kyle Lowry over to the San Antonio Spurs, which I believe Popovich would have loved to have Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry would be doing better for him, I believe, than DeRozan. But no, man, since Kyle Lowry has been with the Toronto Raptors, Raptors have been a team that hasn't missed the playoffs. Since the Raptors got Kyle Lowry, they have not missed the playoffs at all. Right, they've been consistent. Right, that's how good Kyle Lowry is. He's another player who's gotten better and better within each time. Right, I'll give that about Kyle Lowry. He's finally showed everybody that he should be respected in his league. That's why I'm putting him at least status, because he has an NBA championship. He has what all these guys don't have. Except for Rondo, every last one of these guards here don't have a ring. This guy does. As a starter. Right? Kyle Lowry. This guy was once a Memphis Grizzly. He was once a Houston Rocket. But since going to the Raptors, that's been his best team. Nick Nurse finally, under Nick Nurse, man, he's finally that guy. Right? He's finally a top 5 point guard. Scary Terry. Terry Rozier good. Terry will be like right here. Because when Kyrie Irving was injured in 2018, when the Celtics had Terry Rozier as their starting point guard, that team was able to get to Eastern Conference. Him, Tatum, and Brown, right, along with Al Horford, that team, and even Marcus Morris, that team got to the Eastern Conference Finals. Like, Terry Rozier balled out that year. Terry Rozier basically proved that they really didn't need. They could have kept him as your starter, right? They didn't even need to even go after. They didn't even go after Gordon Hayward. They didn't need Gordon Hayward. Because if you would have had him, they didn't even need to go after they didn't even need Kyrie Irving. Because I believe Terry Rozier would have replaced it. He would have him and Isaiah Thomas would have been better together. Because Terry Rozier could have been shooting guard and Isaiah Thomas could have came back and been the point guard. They did not need Kyrie Irving. I'm gonna be honest, man. Terry Rozier basically proved to everybody that they didn't need Kyrie Irving and the Celtics didn't need to go after Gordon Hayward. They just didn't, man. Brown and Jason Tatum was your two starting small forwards and power forwards, right? Yeah, they were there. You had your power forward, Marcus Morris. Jaylen Brown was your small forward, and Jason Tatum was shooting guard. This guy was your point guard. Ainge was building up a core. The problem with Terry Rozier was that Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward messed everything up. And the reason why I'm saying Gordon Hayward because that screwed up the things with Jaylen Brown, right? When Gordon Hayward and Kyrie Irving wasn't there, this guy Terry Rozier basically shined. That dude balled out, okay? Now Chase Vegas led Terry Rozier to the Hornets, and I understand he's trying to get as much money as possible. But no, Terry Rozier, man, he's good. He's a great player to have on your team, and he's only getting better. I think this is Terry Rozier's like third or fourth. This is like his third season, but he's good. Damian Lillard, I'm gonna say Damian Lillard. I want to put Damian Lillard here, but he's better. He's more. Yeah, he's elite guard. Yeah, Damian Lillard clutch, right? Now the Pacers have gotten to the Western Conference Finals, right? Damian Lillard is basically proving that he can break through, right? So yeah, Damian Lillard is an elite guard, right? He's getting there. The thing about the Portland Trailblazers, they still got to get their team intact, right? They're still trying to find their next player. They need another big three. They're missing a big three. Because Nurkic is not a big three player. He's not. Nurkic is more of a role player. I don't consider him a big three player, right? We all know that it's Damian Lillard and it's McCulloch, but they're missing that third guy. I don't necessarily know if it's going to be Carmelo Anthony and Trevor Ariza. We have yet to see, but I believe the Pacers got a team that can get going. I understand that Damian Lillard's been injured as of recently. He's been hurt, so he's been missing some games. But when Damian Lillard is fully healthy, he's too good of a player, man. Like Damian Lillard again, man, can carry your team, man. He can hit shots from anywhere, right? This is a guy who basically embarrassed Paul George in that playoff series last year. Okay, this dude basically did a Steph Curry and basically knocked the OKC out. That's how good Lillard is. When you need him to, Lillard can come through for you, right? Lillard's an elite guard. I'm not gonna question nothing about Damian Lillard. The problem with Damian Lillard is that the Portland Trailblazers just could get to the finals. But let's say if Damian Lillard was under Pat Riley or Eric Spoelstra, let's say if Damian Lillard was with the Miami Heat, then Damian Lillard could get to the finals. Right? That's the only problem with Damian Lillard. It's just he's with Coach Skiles. Skiles has not necessarily been a stronger coach. But put Damian Lillard with Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra. Put him with Danny Ainge, right? Put him with Danny Ainge and Brad Stevens. Put him with Doc Rivers, right? And even with LeBron James and Frank Vogel and them, he'll be in the finals without a doubt. Lonzo Ball, I'm gonna put Lonzo Ball like right here. Lonzo Ball is he's still developing right now. He's still not there yet. He's getting better, but again, man, like LeVar Ball, his daddy put way too much on the young man. I mean, he's put way too much on this dude, man. But since leaving the Lakers again, he has gotten his shooting has gotten better, but no. Only time will tell if he's truly that great of a player. Chris Paul elite. It's CP3. All right, not much more needs to be said. We already know what he can do, right? And now I'm gonna say him like he's the main reason why OKC is a playoff team, right? Chris Paul is finally where he was when he's with the New Orleans franchise. Right, he was with the New Orleans Hornets. He's in the same role now. Like Chris Paul could pretty much get this team to where he wants to get him. So I think Chris Paul is right where he needs to be at, right? Because OKC can only get better now. They got all these first round draft picks, so they can build around Chris Paul in the next like 3-4 years. Even though Chris Paul is 35 years old, 34, he's getting older. Chris Paul still got about 4 more seasons left. But yeah, Chris Paul is elite guard. He's been elite for a long time. Pat Beverley, I'm gonna say I want to put Pat Beverley as a star, which he technically is. He's just not better than these guys. You don't put Pat Beverley as a good player. He's not quite a star because Pat Beverley don't. Yeah, Pat Beverley is one of the best defensive guards in the league. He's just not quite like. He's a good guard. He's not star level, right? He's not none of these guys. Matter of fact, but yeah, the Clippers are a playoff team with him. Yeah, I'm gonna put him as a star because since Pat Beverley's been on the Clippers have gotten that much better, right? As a defensive, he's one of the best defensive guards in the league, without a doubt, man. I'm gonna put Pat Beverley. He's the best defensive guard. Yeah, he's a star. Yeah, he might not put up as enough points as these guys here, but again, his defense alone is why he's a star, right? Remember, Pat Beverley was able to get this team to the playoffs as the starting point guard of the LA Clippers. The Clippers have got to the playoffs last year without Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, right? The Clippers' key to getting to the championship is with Pat Beverley, right? Pat Beverley, Montrezl, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, right? With Lou Williams, that's your core, right? Yeah, that's why Pat Beverley started, because the team is in the playoffs and they're in position of going to the finals. John Morant's good. I'm gonna put him up here, man. John Morant is better than average, even though this is rookie. To me, John Morant, and I've said it before, he's a young Derrick Rose. He's what Derrick Rose was when he was with the Bulls, right? Again, John Morant is automatically exploding out the gate, right? John Morant is the main reason why the Memphis Grizzlies is an 8 seed right now. Like I said, if the playoffs supposed to start after this coronavirus hit, the Grizzlies are in the playoffs. But they have this man to thank here. Again, since Conley left, this is an excellent replacement, right? John Morant's definitely the future. Murray. Let's see. We're gonna put Murray. Murray's gonna go on. I want to put Murray as a star. Jamal Murray's not quite a star yet, right? The star of that team is Nikola Jokic, but Jamal Murray definitely plays well. He does a lot for his team. Yeah, we're gonna put Murray just behind Eric Bledsoe. Good guard. Okay, since they got Murray, man, they've been able to make the playoffs. They've been a strong playoff team. The only problem with Murray is that the Nuggets ain't been able to get past the second round. That's the problem. There's something holding them back. I'm gonna be honest, man. But still, as far as regular season, Murray gets the job done for you, right? That's the thing, man. Murray's a great guard to have on your team. Again, since Murray's been there, they've gotten to the playoffs, but there's something holding them back, man. And I don't know if Murray's necessarily clutch. There's something keeping Murray from being up here. Murray could be a star, but there's something holding him back. That's one thing, yeah. The reason why I got Pat Beverley over these guys is, again, he's having a better season. Just for what it is, man. Or actually, yeah, let's change that. Yeah, let's put Bledsoe here, because Bledsoe's definitely a star, man. Bledsoe, again. Let's do that, man. Yeah, let's do this. Matter of fact, yeah. Yeah, I can't do that, man. Eric Bledsoe again, man. Yeah, that's Murray. Yeah, that's how that goes, yeah. Yeah, because Eric Bledsoe's too good of a player. Like, since he's on the Bucks, man, he's been doing very good. But yeah, that's how that goes, man. Out of the good guards, he's like Jamal Murray's top level. He's just not up there with these guys. And of course, the problem with Murray, like Beverley got way better defense than Murray. Yeah, Murray may average more points than Beverley, but Beverley's defense alone is just elite. Like, that's the problem with Murray. Like I said, there's something holding Murray back from being a star level. Other than that, yeah, he's a playoff contender, but he's just not up here. I believe this is Melton, that the other guard that the Grizzlies drafted. We gonna put up here. He's a developmental. No, I think this is Dante Murray. Murray is average guy. The Spurs gotta find their next Tony Parker. Again, White and Dante. I don't know if those guys are necessarily the answer. I'm gonna be honest, man. Like, those guys are not great guards. They need a good point guard. They need somebody that's decent. The Spurs need one of these guys. If the Spurs have Murray, Rozier, or even Brogdon, they'll be better off. Or even John Moran would be good for them. If the Spurs have either one of these two roles, they'll be better off. But this guy here, nah. I don't see it, man. I just don't. He's not clutch.